delisted the company's apps and a lot of the other apps from the Play Store itself. Following this, Google has now restored all the applications of a lot of the companies, matrimony included, yesterday. The company's appeal with the Supreme Court is still pending. And to discuss this and more, we do have with us Murugavel Janakiraman, who is the CEO of matrimony.com, joining in. Thanks a lot, Muruga, for joining in. I just wanted your thoughts on two things. One, you recently had a meeting with Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav. What exactly was discussed out here? Was there any solution that was proposed? And secondly, how big is Google or Google Play Store for your overall revenue dependence? What proportion of it comes from them?
First of all, I want to share my sincere gratitude to our Union Minister, Sri Ashwini Vaishnav ji. He stepped in when our app got delisted on 1st of March. Even before you reached out to him, he gave the media interview that we will not going to accept the delisting of app by Google. That gave a lot of confidence. We met minister also met with Google. So what was agreed that Google get all our backs. As of yesterday early morning, Google got all our 140 plus apps into the Play Store. So after 4 days of not being on the Play Store, we are back in Play Store. So the impact of business because of the Google thing was, so almost more than 80% of daily profile registrations happen through Google Play Store. That means like Google is such a dominant force. So one of our business called Jodi, it's app only service. So 100% registration happened through app. Almost, the Google India is almost 95% of share. So literally, if you are not on Google, means you are not in the business.
Okay, that's how critical it is to be on the Google Play Store. So that criticality is taken note of. But sir, if you could just give us a sense in these 4 days, how much business did you lose when you were off Google Play Store? And this arrangement that you have to get back on Google Play Store, what is the conditionality based on? What is the condition? Because we understand it's just interim.
Yeah, I understand. So basically, while you have millions of members already registered, the existing user already using it did not have any impact. Only the daily new user registration got impacted. So while there's an impact because of new users are not coming to the platform, we got benefit, the revenue lost because of the new users are not coming. There is some impact. But most of the revenue is coming from the existing user. But if that continue for some more time, it would have a severe impact. What the interim arrangement was that was asked to the government. The Google should reinstate all our app as it was prior to the delisting, while you are paying that certain money to Google because the case was pending with the various forums. So, but there's an interim arrangement. We are paying to 4 to 11% of revenue to the Google. So what Google told was, in the meantime, according to the various type of business, they bill certain percentage. The Google billing percentage vary from 11% to 26%. Depends on the type of business So Google told in the meantime, they're going to sort of invoice it, but they're not going to charge till the outcome is decided in the Supreme Court. That's our understanding.
Right. So how much have you accounted for already? I remember you had said last time that you've accounted for nearly 300 basis points of your sales as a provision for this. Could there be a case for it to be higher or lower? And are there any other, retrospective payouts pending to Google? How should one look at it from a quantified impact on the financials perspective?
We already accounted what is the based on best estimate. We accounted a provision certain amounts, so we pretty much covered. And see the type of companies what we belong to, it will be around 11%. That was Google says, and we have to do our best estimate what percent revenue should be accounted to take care of this one. So at this point, I'm still don't have much clarity on these things. So okay, we are waiting for further clarity on this one because we're very happy that we got our apps back, and so we have to wait from Google on what they're going to be like. What they told was, unfortunately, I was not on the second day of the meeting when Google and all the startup met. I came back to Chennai. Once of the clarity, my understanding is that they will between 11 to 26%, depends on the type of company. We're not going to charge till the outcome decided in the Supreme Court.
Okay. All right. When can we expect a possible resolution to this, a final resolution to this? Any timelines that the industry is probably working with?
We hope that this already the CCI, because in our view that CCI given a very clear order Google's billing should not be arbitrary, selective. What Google is charging is much beyond the service they are offering, and also it should not be forced upon the app developer. Our understanding that we got a good, clear order from CCI, where Google has been not following. We went for a contravention petition. The CCI heard the matter and hoping for some verdict to come by end of this month. So there's another thing we also take from the CCI, that user choice of billing, what Google came up with also is abuse of monopoly. We hope next couple of months some positive development to happen either from CCA or from the Supreme Court. Having said that, government's also pretty much clear that, okay, what Google has done something wrong. We also hope that maybe the upcoming Digital Competition Act or something like that, the interests of startup developers are protected, because what you don't want is someone, leveraging the dominance to charge where, what the other payment gateways are paying.
This is point very well taken. This is point very well taken, Murugavel. And this is not only India. Recently, we had the EU Commission also fine Apple for the antitrust litigation against Spotify using their dominant position. So this is something that, the world will have to take note of as the corporations become very big. And like you said, 80% of discoverability and entries happens through Google in India. Similar is the case for other corporations like Apple, etc., in other parts of the world. So my question then is, structurally, what are you doing to look at alternate methods here? I mean, the government has ONDC, there are plans like UPI, etc. as well. What is it that you're doing to democratize and, move away from dependence on just one platform?
Yeah, there are three things. One is that the immediate ask, we're getting our apps back. Thanks to government, we've got our apps back. The short term, you have to leverage the Digital Competition Act to ensure that this kind of thing doesn't happen. Look at here, what you built over 20 years and allowed millions of people. Suddenly one day we're out of business. This should not happen to any Indian app developers. The government should look into addressing this. I'm sure they are looking into it. So we're hoping that short term through legislation, we can get this addressed. The long term solution should be that we should develop something like Bharat App Store. You are not dependent on Google. Because today what they create a technology, no doubt about it. The app developers, because we invest a lot of time and effort in creating a lot of phenomenal apps. If not for app developer, even Google Store wouldn't be what it is today. Yes, Google create technology, but because app developer, they create app, place app in the app store, be promoted, go to Play Store, download app to become what is Google, Play Store to reach the kind of market share. So our ask going to be, if you have a common Bharat App Store, not depend on Google, where the government similar like ONDC promoting it, then we not depend on Google. So even tomorrow Google decide something, we had a Bharat App Store and the likes of ONDC, what you mentioned. Imagine the Bharat App Store integrated to each and every OEM, government mandates. Each and every mobile phone comes to should have the App Store. Then there's something government can look into doing. That's our suggestion, one of our suggestions as well.
Okay, just a quick last question, just a brief answer from you. Any impact in terms of the Q4 numbers that you can probably quantify already? Maybe a provision that you'll take, loss of revenue expected, which you can guide investors for?
Well, definitely the last 4 or 5 days, there are some impact. Having said that, accounting revenue based on that, the pro rata basis, there'll be some impact for this month, but it won't be very high at this point in time. Yes, there is some impact, but if it's appropriate to do over a period of time, there'll be the impact will be slightly less in this quarter.
Okay. All right, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking to us. So important clarifications which are coming in from Matrimony there. We need to take a short break though, but we'll be